Libra, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. So without further ado, here we go. Libra, you're hoping to take a little bit... Ooh, extra card popped out for you. You're hoping to take a little bit of a risk here, okay? So you're hoping for a new beginning, but you want this new beginning to be without a poker face, without a false persona. Like this new beginning, you want it to be raw and authentically you. You fear going into a new direction with your walls up, with your defenses up. Because you feel like in the past, you had your defenses up, so it made you vulnerable. It made you susceptible to maybe going with the crowd when you didn't want to, or you felt that keeping your walls up was a way of protecting you, and you found out that it didn't actually protect you. It just made you do things. Not do things. It made you not be true to yourself. It made you not be authentic. You disguised your personality because it didn't go with the crowd, and now you recognize that the crowd doesn't know you. So you kind of fear this new direction because you realize that this newfound authenticity, this I want to be me and I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. Let's just call a spade a spade. You were people pleasing to fit in with the crowd. And now you don't want to fit in with the crowd anymore because it just doesn't feel right. So you found this new authenticity that you want to bring forward. You fear the new direction and keeping your walls up and moving in that direction because you're afraid that those walls are going to hide who you are. But ultimately you realize that not everybody's going to be happy with, and I don't want to call it the new you. I want to call it the real you. Because everybody in your crowd knew the you that was kind of just fitting in and people pleasing and getting along. Whereas this newfound passion that you have and this newfound confidence that you have might not be what people are used to, and you're afraid of how they'll react to it. So as you head into this new direction, you fear putting your walls up. Because you recognize when you put your walls up, it doesn't stop people from swaying you. It actually makes people sway you because your authenticity isn't pushing through. Sounds to me like you need to set up some healthy boundaries. You want to. The reality of the situation is you're not quite ready to steer the ship in the direction that you want it to go in for fear of rejection. Okay? There's a lot of fear overriding this passion to show everybody the real you. But the Temperance card came out. The Temperance card is about taking two opposing energies and molding them together to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Okay? She's the alchemist of the deck, and sometimes I think that term is outdated and people don't recognize what that really means. So let's put it into more modern terms. She's the baker, you know? You can walk into a room, okay, and you can have eggs and milk and flour and sugar, and you could be like, okay, what am I going to do with this? But the Temperance lady walks into the room and she goes, oh, I'm going to make cake. She doesn't need a recipe. She doesn't need any of that. She just kind of already knows. She has that recipe in her head. Okay, if I take this much milk, flour, sugar, eggs, you know, and I mix it up in this particular way and I put it at this particular temperature for this particular time, I get cake. So ultimately, you feel like you have the recipe to become the authentic you. You just don't feel like you have the environment yet. You need to change your environment so you can put that into play. Yeah, see? So here you are, stuck in your head, trying to, well, if I do this, if I do that, if I do this, if I do that, if I do this. But ultimately, what you really want is just to feel comfortable. So, Libra, you have to stop being concerned with what everybody else thinks and just start being that authentic you every day. If you used to say yes to things that you wanted to say no to, say no. Set up those boundaries. If there's something you've always wanted to do but you didn't do because it didn't go with the crowd, just go ahead and do it. I wouldn't worry about how everybody else feels about these things, because as you become your more authentic self, you will attract more people who like your authentic self. Like attracts like. Libra, be the change you wish to see in the world, and the world will give you something beautiful in return. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. And I hope you find this courage to be who it is that you really want to be, despite who falls to the wayside. Because when you're really being your authentic self and doing the things you want to do, you will find more people who do the things you want to do. That's just the way life goes. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. I'll see you next week.